Greetings, Macadine family. Kamil Shabazz here. Hoping all is well with you and yours. Just wanted to briefly talk about this Chad Wheeler incident. I don't know the sister's last name. Her name is Alleah. And they actually have been referring to her as Alleah Wheeler, as though she was the wife or is the wife of this mediocre Caucasian football player out of Seattle. Now, a lot of people don't want to really look at it from this perspective, but this individual has a history of mental illness. Why, in 2015, as a member of USC, University of California, he was actually admitted to a psychiatric ward as he was found drunk, beating, putting his hands through windows and beating on doors. So this man already has a mental health issue, a history of mental health issues, that I'm sure that in the course, in the period of time that they have been cohabitating, that they have in fact had some of these incidents in the past. No doubt about it. There has been red flags, there has been arguments, there has probably even been some hitting, shoving, and what they call choking and whatnot. No doubt about it. But it just went unreported. Now, another thing that's not being addressed, and that is when a brother, a black man on this side or a white woman on that side and vice versa, when we go across, when we cross those lines, because perhaps we have been warned by family members and friends, perhaps because of all the racial events taking place that would justify us not crossing over, when we do so, you don't want to be exposed as being the one that they said, "I told you so." Because you can't forget the racial climate that we live in America. You cannot dismiss it. You cannot ignore it. It's in your face 24 hours a day. Am I right or wrong? I know I can't hear you, but am I right or wrong? So, normally, you don't want to, as they say, eat crow. So you endure. And only, as they say, only God knows how long she endured. Getting choked, getting smacked, getting disrespected, getting all the things that comes with someone who is bipolar. Perhaps even schizophrenic, so they say. But he should be treated 10 times worse than Michael Vick was treated for handling those dogs the way white people didn't like them handling them. You know what I'm saying? He should be made an example as Ray Rice was made an example. He should be treated the same way Ray Rice was treated. And if he's trying to play that CTE road or that card, which I don't think would be wise to do, because that would open up the NFL for a lawsuit. So I don't think he wants to do that. It would not be in his best interest. But back to what I was saying in regards to eating crow, and after knowing that the interracial relationship isn't working, you still try to work through it. But what's really mind-boggling, in addition to those things just mentioned, is the fact that the man told her to bow down to me. Now, I don't know if she bowed down or if he forced her to bow down. But what does that say about his mindset? That says a lot. Because there's a lot of possibility and potential in that statement that he made. I guess we would have to ask Chad for the interpretation or the meaning to that phrase. But bow to me was what he said to a so-called black woman, so-called African American woman, and it's a history of the slave master making the woman bow, making the man bow, calling it buck breaking. So I would like to know what mindset was he coming from when he made that statement as well. I'm curious. But as I said earlier, she knew that Chad was messed up in the head. She knew from the beginning. She knew for quite some time. And I assure you, this wasn't the first incident. And if she remains with him, and I won't be surprised, you know, I won't be surprised if she went back to the dudes. I really wouldn't. You know, because most black women in America are Christians, and Christians forgive their enemies. So I really wouldn't be surprised at all if she went back to him. More later. Peace.